Hey everybody, this is Monet. Excuse my appearance, I'm in bed, I'm sick, but I still wanted to make this video and kind of talk to you guys and, tell you a story. This is kind of for the fellas and ladies too. So a few weeks ago, I met this guy and we had been talking, and he was really persistent, like very persistent. Like he took quite a few different avenues to get in contact with me, and I was kind of turned off by it because I just didn't know. Like you should see my inbox. It's some of y'all are weird, okay? Not all of y'all, but it's some weirdos out there. Um, but needless to say, he finally sent me an email and he had went through a lot of different, like I said, avenues to get in contact with me. So finally I replied, and my reply was a little snarky. So I was kind of like, aren't you persistent? So he responded back, and his reply was snarky also. And he's like, I am, but that's because I go for whatever it is I want and all of that. So I was like, okay, this fella's a little cocky, but it's okay. So we continue to talk, and you know, it's interesting when you meet a man who kind of states his intentions from the beginning. And I guess what's interesting about that is that as a woman, I've become so accustomed to dating in a city that I was struggling to recognize what was happening. Like I thought this man was doing like a little too much too soon. And I think that comes from just what I've become used to living here. And I'm not, this statement doesn't apply to all men by no means. I don't like to generalize in any way. I wouldn't want anyone generalizing me. But I think there are a lot of situations where women have become so accustomed to some men not putting any effort in that we're used to just the lack of effort. So, what does that mean? That means that when a man actually does put effort in, you can't recognize it. You can't recognize it. And I couldn't recognize it. And I actually had to, well, before I say that, let me say this. You guys know that I kind of pride myself on being a very self aware individual. So while I'm interacting with this man, I had to take a minute and step back because I kept feeling like Ashton Kutcher was getting ready to jump out and I'm getting ready to get punked because there's no way that this man is as thorough and consistent as he is, and because he's a very systematic kind of person. And I the more I'm beginning to learn more about him, he is very systematic in his life as well. But in regards to just dating and him attempting to get to know me, I wasn't used to it, and it made me start to question him when really what I should have been doing was questioning me. So what do? I start questioning me, and I bring in a third party, and I say, listen, this is what's going on with this particular man, and why do I feel like this, or why do I think that his behavior is so odd? And you know what I kind of come to realize is that it wasn't so much that his behavior was odd, it was that I wasn't used to being courted. I have been dating for years, but it doesn't mean that you are accustomed to men just sending you flowers because they just want to. With Why can't we as women, and I'm really talking about myself, just allow a man to court you and just allow the situation to play out? Why does it have to be about something? I'm saying all this just to say that even if nothing ever develops between me and this particular man, why wasn't I allowing myself to enjoy the space within that time, in this time frame with him? Why is it so odd when a man just is kind to you? Why is it so odd when a man is transparent with you about what he wants, where he wants to be, what his intentions are? Why is that so uncomfortable and so odd? So after I have this whole self-reflecting episode with my third parties, um, I had to realize that the problem isn't him. The problem was me in this situation. Why? Because I wasn't used to some man courting me and wanting to do all these things, and I thought it was weird, and it really wasn't. I was the weirdo in the situation. So I ended up having this conversation with the guy, and in the conversation, I tell him, I know I'm coming across kind of standoffish towards you, and this is why. And so I was able in the conversation to communicate to him why I was feeling the way I was feeling. And in that conversation, I was also able to apologize to him. I was able to apologize to him, and then I was able to say thank you to him. And I was able to apologize for me not, me just, I guess, being so accustomed to men not putting that much effort in, that when this man was putting this much effort in, I didn't know what to do with it. I told him, I told him all of this. And he kind of laughed at me and said, he's like, I figured as much. And he's like, but it's okay. He's like, I get it. He's like, he's actually from the South or whatever, but he's like, I'm a Southern, a Southern guy. And this is just, this is how we were raised. And this is how, we do things. And, this is just the way it is. He's like, and I kind of figured you weren't used to it and you really didn't get it, but I meant it. And I was like, yeah, you're right. I didn't get it, but now I do get it. And I told him, I'm gonna um, take this time to, can we start over? And he was like, yeah, we can start over. And so, mind you, I've been talking to him for, a few weeks now, but I just decided I would share this with you ladies, for a reason, because I was also able to tell him, thank you. Thank you for reminding me that there are still gentlemen out there. And thank you for reminding me that women should be courted. And thank you for reminding me that as a man, you don't have to do just the bare minimum. Thank you for reminding me that there are men out there that do more than just the basics. I appreciate that. And I told him that I appreciate him. And thank you for, you know, thank you for telling me that you prayed for me on Sunday. Like, thank you. You like that. And it's like all these little things that I think sometimes women, we just forgot that men do, because it doesn't happen that often. There are men that still do these things. And at the end of the day, if nothing happens between me and this particular man, say it doesn't materialize into this massive love affair, you know what I have? I have the knowledge of knowing that that is a possibility and that that does happen. And now there's a certain level or bar that begins to be set that I should be treated this way. But when men treat you this way, ladies, and this is, let's self-reflect here, you've got to appreciate it, acknowledge it, and within acknowledging it, it's encouraging that positive behavior, and it's encouraging him to continue to do these really great things that you want a man to do, and that feels good when he's doing it. It's okay if the relationship doesn't turn into a great love affair. What's important about it is that you lived in that moment and you appreciated what was happening in that moment, and you appreciated the fact that within this moment, this man was awesome and this man did some wonderful things and things that you should do for him as well. But for the sake of this particular conversation, the point of all of this is to tell women to kind of self-reflect on yourself and then ask yourself why these cool, nice things that this man is doing for you, why do they feel good, but you don't, but the positive feeling you're getting from them, why does that positive feeling make you feel weird? Or why does it make you feel like Ashton Kutcher will jump out and you're being punked because this man isn't real? Well, guess what? If this man turns out not to be real, it's okay. Like, if not real in a different kind of way, but it's okay. Just be appreciative of those moments. Let those moments remind you that how deserving you are, and make sure you tell him thank you and appreciate him, because then it reinforces positive behavior in this man to know that what he's doing is right and it's appreciated, and you want him to continue to do those things, and just, I don't know, just acknowledge it. And tell all the dope, awesome men that are in your life, tell them today. I want you to tell all the cool men who bring you flowers, who pray for you, who hug you, who just do little things for you, that that they thought about you and they were special. For all the times you've been courted, tell them a man that you know. I don't know, if you can't talk to him, shoot him a text message. Tell him thank you for being a man. Anyways, that's just today's message. I'll touch on this subject some more because there are some other aspects of this particular situation that I love to talk about with you guys, but I just wanted to say it because that's what I was feeling right now. And it was a beautiful thing to be able to really have a real conversation with this man and express how I was really feeling. Him to get and know already I was feeling that way, but him not to change his stripes, and for him to continue to do what he's been doing, which is treat me like a lady, which is appreciated. Why? Because he's a man. And so if you got real men in your life, tell them thank you. So anyways, I hope you all have a beautiful day. And if you're up on the East Coast and this snowstorm has got you down, don't be down. We're all cold and snowed in, but it's not that bad. Take care. Bye.